I have the pleasure of introducing our Brazilian panel this morning. My name is Ellie Perkins, and I teach in the Faculty of Environmental Studies. Our first speaker this morning is Paulo Cunha, and he is a metallurgical engineer, but he's an activist at heart. He's been working for Petrobras for the last few years, and now he's a consultant in Rio de Janeiro, working with community organizations and advocacy groups around issues of carbon sequestration and greenhouse gas mitigation. He was the head at Petrobras of greenhouse gas mitigation. And he is also an editor of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change's special report on carbon sequestration. So he knows a lot about regulation and policy from the Brazilian energy side and carbon issues in Brazil. Our second speaker, I'll just introduce them all now because we're going to have two speakers and then probably a break for coffee and then a third speaker, and after that some chance for discussion and feedback and sharing of ideas around the issues that the Brazilian panel will present. Our second speaker is Miriam Dualaby, and she's the director of the Ecoar Institute for Citizenship in São Paulo, which is an advocacy, environmental education, and community development organization, which works especially with low-income communities in urban São Paulo, one of the largest cities in the world, as we know. It was founded in 1992. And Miriam is a long-time activist, and she teaches a course now on climate change and carbon sequestration, which includes as professors a number of Brazilian members of the IPCC. Our third speaker is Eduardo Quartin, and he works with Ecoar. He's a forest engineer, and he's worked on a number of conservation and forestry projects in Brazil. One of them is the Family Forest Project, which has engaged about 250 small farming families in tree planting activities and environmental education, and they've collectively helped to plant 1.3 million trees. So he is a hands-on activist and practitioner, and I'm glad we're ending with him because I hope that the discussion after his talk will lead right into, okay, so what can we do? So first, we have Paulo. Thank you, Paulo.